Freewomon. I have a healthy meal preparation service called the Open Hearth. And Lita, we kept running into each other, and she approached me about ways that we might be able to kind of dovetail what we're doing and what you're all about with the Santa Cruz Challenge. And what I do is I have a weekly service. I'm providing meals for all my clients at the same time. My kitchen day happens to be on Tuesday. And I'm making food that's plant-based, made with organic, whole, unprocessed, gluten-free ingredients. The food is made with love and with a lot of high integrity practices. You know, we're in a commercial kitchen. There's a lot of aluminum around. You know, we don't cook in aluminum. We have sheet pans that happen to be aluminum, for example, but we cover them with silicone-free, unbleached paper. We just really try to be very conscious about what happens with the food that we make. And the meal service provides every week to the clients up to 3 different meals, which include a soup stew or bread and grain. That would be one meal, a light entree, which would possibly be a large entree salad, which is a really yummy homemade dressing, usually made with soaked sunflower seeds to make it creamy and it's so raw and living. Or some other kind of light entree, last week it was a raw and living pizza. Sometimes it's a macrobiotic plate, just something that's a little different than just your standard kind of comfort food fare. And then we do a hot entree with a side veggie every week, which I try to be more comfort food oriented with that. And then there's always offered a dessert, a beverage, a snack, and a green of the week. So I'm offering all those options in those categories every week. Is available. And some of my clients just order a la carte from the menu, and then I have these standard packages that I also offer. And one of the things that I'm offering is a particular to you all as a Santa Cruz Challenge is a particular package that is the most popular package, which is basically 2 servings of everything. It would be 6 meals or more, really, depending on how much you eat, for a reduced, an extra discount, just to kind of see if that supports you. And it's not for everyone. It's like Lita was saying, everyone is going to have different needs. But if you are in a position where you are not quite knowing what you should do food-wise, and you're possibly down on the end of the spectrum where you're eating closer to the standard American diet, or you just are too busy to kind of, it sounds like you have your hands full doing everything else with the challenge. If you wanted some support with the food, then that's a possibility. Let me look at my notes and see what else to add to this. Yeah, I mean, besides using food that is really super high quality and organically grown, for example, we're using unrefined oils, usually an olive oil or a coconut oil. There are not that many oils out there that truly are mechanically pressed and just unrefined. And using mineral salt instead of even just a processed sea salt, which has a full mineral spectrum and is going to actually support the body's need for minerals and electrolytes and such. So those are examples of the kind of ingredients we would use, and pretty much everything we use is organic at this point. There are a handful of ingredients that consistently are maybe not, and I'm full transparency. You can always just ask me what those are and stuff like that. I wanted to share what the menu is coming up on Tuesday, just to show you an example of what would be offered every week. Meal 1, the soup meal, is a cauliflower, potato, and dulse chowder. And the dulse is a really nice high mineral seaweed, and I get all my seaweed right now from Ironbound Island, and they're this very sweet little company in Maine. They're off of Pristine Bay. They go out in a wooden boat on the low tides. They harvest it by hand. And because of what is going on in Japan and in our oceans, there's very, more and more, sources that are really not very adequate, I think, for food, and it's all connected and it's all one ocean, but I'm doing my best to provide, because seaweed is a really powerful food as medicine, offering in terms of minerals, in terms of actually anti-radiation, ironically, and stuff. So anyway, so that has dulse seaweed. So it kind of makes it a little bit of a seafood chowder, but it's completely plant-based, And then that's served, no, I think I have a pen on my cheek. Okay, that's served with That's served with a savory wild rice muffin. And so that would be like one meal. And then the light entree is the heavenly arugula entree salad, which is a bed of wild rocket with steamed beets, walnuts, optional goat cheese if people want that. And then the dressing is orange miso dressing. It's made with whole oranges and a chickpea miso, which is soy-free. I try to really moderate how much soy, you know, I'm not anti-soy, but I'm just trying to create some moderation because there's a lot of soy, so we reduce our phytoestrogen intake. And and walnuts, I said. So that's the light entree. And then the hot entree is a millet sunflower croquettes, so made with millet and cornmeal, and toasted sunflower seeds, and they're made like a porridge, like a polenta, and then baked in the oven. And it's served with a smoky black bean sauce, which has like coriander infused like essence and a little smoky flavor. And that's a classic, yummy, good thing. And the side veggies are sauteed kale with onions. So that would be meal 3. And then the dessert is vanilla coconut tapioca pudding, sweetened with coconut sugar and a little agave. And the tea is lemon ginger echinacea tea, and it's like simmered for 90 minutes and steeped for 90 minutes, and it's whole lemon, so it has that bitterness of bioflavonoid, you know, rich stuff, and it's super immune boosting, and it has echinacea in it. And then the snack of the week is a homemade maple ginger granola, and that's sweetened with a little maple syrup and has ginger juice in it. And then the green of the week is bok choy. And I started offering the green of the week a couple years ago, really to kind of round out, you know, like the plant-based and the vegetable offerings, and really to make it easy for people to have like a green that could just steam up or saute or whatever. So I'm a kind of big into the green of the week and kind of this kind of thing. So for example, a 6-meal package, that would be 2 servings of everything that I just mentioned, and that I sell to people a la carte. That would be $120 a la carte. If you had a standing package of that on a weekly basis, it would be somewhere between $104 and $112, depending on your frequency as a client. And then, so I'm offering that as a trial basis to anyone in the challenge for $95 for the first time, and then reduced, you know, by about $4, like to like $100 if you prepay, or $104 if you pay by the week. So, and you can try it one time and just check it out, no pressure or whatever. And then if you want to continue for like the month of April or the month of May or some combination of that, that would be totally fine. Do you have any questions?
Do you go to pick it up in your kitchen? Or?
Thank you. Yes, I have actually, we have 3 pickup locations in Santa Cruz. One is actually at the kitchen, which is close to downtown near the Sash Mill, and that's on Tuesday between 4:30 and 5. And there's another pickup in Seabright neighborhood, and that is actually my home, and people also can come whenever. Like, there's a lot of flexibility with that pickup. And then I come here, actually, there's a little window of pickup, 15 minutes, because I go to choir practice here, and so I meet people here. And then I actually also do now have a delivery route up the San Lorenzo Valley and into Los Gatos, and there's additional fees for that particular, but they're pickup spots as well. So, yeah.
I was wondering, can you use our own Tupperware?
Oh, that's a good question. I provide the containers. Some are single use and some are reused, and then just people recycle or return them when they pick up the next time, and kind of just keep it cycling that way. Yeah, so it's a combination. And I also provide little cooler bags too, so kind of we'll keep the food at a good temperature until you get it. Yeah. Oh, she's reminding me that I will be at the table in the back afterwards, after the whole presentation is done, if you have any questions or want to sign up to get even on the email list, because I send out a menu every week on Wednesday, so you can just even get on the list and just kind of see what's on the menu and see if it calls to you and stuff like that. So, any other questions? Good. All right.